Hello everyone. Thanks for joining me today for this OneDesk demo, where I will provide you with an overview of this sophisticated software and guide you through its capabilities. All you need to sign up with OneDesk is an email address, and you will get access to a 14-day full feature trial that can be extended if necessary. Once you're logged in, you will see this Get Started guide. This is always available on the top navigation for you to reference. If you take a few minutes to go through these 4 steps, you will be ready to start using OneDesk. OneDesk combines help desk and project management into a single application. That way, you can serve your customers and work on your projects from one location. This helps to ease communication between customers, team members, and managers. It also provides you with a very versatile and customizable work environment that can complement your workflow. Now, there are 3 applications that make up OneDesk. The first is the main web application, where we will be spending most of our time today. The second is the mobile application. While I will not be able to show the mobile app today, it is available for iOS and Android and is intended for your team to be able to access their assignments, reply to customer questions, or to update their tasks directly from their phone. I recommend that you try the app as you're working through the free trial. Finally, we have our customer applications. You can put these applications on your website or intranet to allow your customers to interact with you. You can access these customer apps by clicking on your name, hovering over Customer Apps, and clicking on Widget. This will open up a new window and the widget that contains these applications. The customer apps include the Messenger for live chat between you and your customers. Your customers can send you messages and include attachments here. Second, we've got the Customer Portal, where your customers can log in and see their tickets and tasks along with the progress that's been made on them. This helps to minimize the customer questions you receive regarding ticket status and the like. Next, we've got webforms, where your customers can submit new tickets or any other type of item that you allow. These fields can be changed, made required, and so on. Finally, we've got a knowledge base for articles and frequently asked questions. This is where you can answer the most common questions you receive from your customers and provide them with information that's most relevant to them. Please note that these applications are highly configurable, and I will cover that later on in the demo. Also, all of these applications can be embedded with JavaScript onto your web page directly instead of in this pop-up widget here. Now let's navigate back to our main web application. OneDesk lets you easily capture new tasks, tickets, and other items. The 3 main levels of control are through the Tickets app, the Tasks app, and the Projects app. There is also project level selection. This enables you to select the scope of one project at a time. Please note that the view that you're looking at is always reflected in the breadcrumbs up above. Now let's talk about how your items are organized in OneDesk. At the top, we have your organization name. This shows for all users when they are registered within your portal. Next, we've got portfolios. Portfolios are containers for your projects. Good practice would be to have these named after individual customers so that anything associated with them can be filed under their name. We've also seen it where companies have organized it by department. Inside of the portfolios, we have projects. Projects act as containers for tickets and tasks, and you can see the number of each reflected in the columns. Finally, we have items. The most common item types are tickets and tasks. The ticket is good for logging quick solutions achieved with simple replies, while tasks are for planning a more in-depth solution, that may require more time and resources to resolve. Now, if you would like to see a ticket or an item in more detail, you can do that in one of two ways. You could double-click on the ID number, which will open up the detail panel in a new window at the top. However, if you don't want to navigate away from this page, just make sure to have the item selected and then click Tools and Doc Detail panel on the right. Both display the same information, just differently. And in this view, you are able to browse through the items on the screen. So how do you get tickets into your OneDesk? The help desk flow begins when a ticket is submitted to your company. There are 5 ways to get tickets into OneDesk. First is by email. Let's navigate to our administrative section and click on Tickets. You can have your support email auto-forward to this address, which will then capture the information in the email into the details of your new ticket. The second way to get a ticket into OneDesk is to create one internally. Click on Add and select the ticket type. The third way to get a ticket into OneDesk is through the Import tool. You can import the details of your tickets through the Import tool by clicking on Tools, Import. The fourth way is from a customer submitting a web form. Let's hop back to our customer applications, the ones we opened earlier, and click on the Web Form tab to view the web form. Now you can customize your web form and add different fields as you wish. However, unless you customize it to go into a specific folder, it will automatically sort into outside of projects at the top. The fifth way to get a ticket into OneDesk is through chat. In the customer applications, when a customer starts a conversation with you, it is sent in as a message. Now, if we navigate to our messaging application, we will see the conversation we started earlier. Now, if we click on the 3 dots in the top right corner, we can also click to create a ticket from this conversation. Now, let's give this ticket a name. We'll call it Problem X. Select the project that the ticket will be in, and then we will assign it to a OneDesk user. Now, in the ticket detail panel, we can do a few different things. We can change the lifecycle status with a click of a button. Now, these statuses are configurable. We can also change the percentage of completion, which changes the ticket automatically to in progress. In the ticket detail panel side menu here, we've got a few different tabs that we'll go through. The first is the Conversation tab, which is where you'll find internal and external conversations regarding this item. Now you can see here we've got a bot response. This can be modified or turned off in your administrative settings, which I'll show later on. Let's reply to our customer from here. Once you've replied, you'll see that a countdown has started. If the customer doesn't see your reply within 1 minute, it will go out to them by email, and an email icon will appear here. This way, you never lose touch with your customers. Now, if you need some assistance resolving this ticket, you could also create internal conversations with your users. Let's click on Create New Conversation, and then on the Internal Messages tab. Here, we can ask our colleagues for help and add them into this conversation. We can click on the Add button and select their individual names, or even just add a whole team. Please note that these conversations are internal only, and your customer will not be able to see them. The next tab is the Timesheets tab. This is where you can log time worked on this ticket, be it through timesheets or timers. You can decide what information is submitted when your employees submit a timesheet. Next, we've got the Activities tab. This shows you a history of actions taken on this item, such as when it was created, when an assignee was added, and so on. It also identifies any automations that have changed the item. You can always track what's happened and what or who has made the change to your item. Finally, we've got the Subtasks and Links tab. Subtasks are used to identify short or simple work that is linked to a main item. This is for work that you do to help to complete this ticket. Linked items is where you can link two different items and decide what the relationship between them is. Now, if your ticket is requiring more time to resolve and you need to do additional planning to achieve a resolution, you could change the item from a ticket to a task. To do this, simply click on the icon and select Task. You can see that our item has moved to the Tasks application. We can add agile points. We can plan the progression of this task. We can log timesheets and timers as we did before. And all the conversations remain attached. OneDesk allows you to visualize your workflow in a few different ways. First, we've got the Gantt view. You can click and drag ends to change dates, link the end of a task to the start of another to create dependencies, set start dates, and much more. Please note that the blue bar for the project gets darker as more tasks are scheduled at the same time. Next, we've got the Status Board view. Status Board view shows you which items are open, in progress, need your attention, and so on. You can adjust these columns yourself. Next, we've got the Calendar view. It is similar to the Gantt view in that you can drag items around. The blue bars show planned time, and green is the actual time that has been logged in. Finally, we've got the Dashboard view. The dashboard allows you to visualize the content of your work in graphs and charts. You can also extract this data. At any time, whatever view you are in, you can always filter by project with the project level selector, or refine your view by applying filters here. If you would like to have this view on hand going forward, you can save this as a custom view and simply click to access it the next time. Now let's take a look at the applications on the bottom left navigation. At the top, we have the Messenger. This shows you external conversations from customers and internal conversations as well. You can also view archives of your conversations. Next is Timesheets application. For your employees, tracking time can be done using timesheets. The Timesheets application keeps track of all logged hours of work. If you click on the Work Log view, the items are organized by the date of submission, with the latest at the top. Next is the Customers application. Customers will be automatically captured from emails and the customer portal. They can always be added internally or uploaded from your contacts in Google, Microsoft, or Yahoo. Next is the Users application. Now your users can be in multiple teams at one time. When you share a project with a team, all of its users will have access to it. Next is the Activities application. This app acts like a history of actions done within OneDesk. This way, if you ever have any questions about how an item got to be a certain way, you can see the steps that were taken and by whom to get it to that state. At the bottom, we've got our administrative section. In Company Preferences, you can change your company name, the logo, the bot name and avatar. You can define a work schedule for the week and change some language settings. Next is the email settings, which has some tabs at the top that I'll go through. First is our messaging center, which shows automated replies to creation of items, closing of tasks, forgotten password requests, and the like. OneDesk has created certain automations already, which you can modify and change here. The next two tabs are the outgoing and incoming tabs. They show emails sent, delivered, or failed for the past 72 hours. The last tab here is the Appearance tab. This is where you can edit the way that your emails look to fit your organization's branding. You can add an email signature and header here as well. The next application is the Integrations app. OneDesk includes custom integration with some of your favorite applications. If you already use an existing system with your company, you can integrate it with OneDesk directly. Or if you don't see what you use from within this list, you can always look to see if our third-party Zapier has an integration ready for you. Zapier provides a way to automate workflow between different web applications, and they have hundreds of applications you can choose from. We also support single sign-on. You can enable single sign-on for users as well as customers through SAML 2.0 and OpenID Connect. In the Applications tab, you can enable and disable applications for all of your users. This helps to declutter your workspace. So let's say you don't need tickets, you can click it away or bring it back if needed. In the Tickets application, you're able to do a few different things. First, you can modify up to 10 different items. Each item will have its own creation email. You can change the icon as well as the ticket name. If you click on Manage Statuses, you can adjust the lifecycle customization here. You can add custom fields, select what properties you see on the ticket detail panel, or what properties are on the internal ticket creation form. For every ticket type that you have enabled, you can create a unique internal ticket creation form. Here we've got workflow automations, which are a powerful tool that help you minimize manual and repetitive tasks. If your company has SLAs, you can modify them here or disable them if you don't use them. Under the Mobile-Friendly App section, you can decide what your users are able to view on their mobile-friendly application. In the Tasks application, you'll see that it's very similar to Tickets. You can enable and disable different item types and manage their unique statuses. You can make certain features required on the internal creation of items and manage workflow automations as well for tasks. In the Timesheets application, you can create custom fields to be submitted on timesheets and enable and disable properties at the detail panel. In the Users application, you can manage the types of users that you have. You can decide if they're full-time, part-time, contract workers, and so on. In the Projects and Portfolios section, it's very similar to Tickets and Tasks. You can enable different types of projects and portfolios. You can also configure unique lifecycle statuses for all your project types. At the bottom, you can create workflow automations for projects as well. The next application is our Customers app. Same as Users, but applies only to your customers. Next is our Customer apps. This is where you can enable and disable the applications that appear on the widget. For example, if you don't want the customer portal, you could just click it away and your customers won't see it on the widget. Under the Website Widget tab, you can decide if the widget is big or small, and you can generate the code that allows you to place it directly onto your web page. In the Appearance section, you can customize the appearance of your customer applications. You can select a unique logo or use your existing one, and configure the colors of your customer apps. Under the Categories tab, you can create and organize categories and parent categories for your knowledge base. As you're making changes to the customer applications, you can click the preview buttons above these pages here. This allows you to preview the changes that you've made. Next is the Messenger application. This is where you can modify the bot replies and customize the greetings. Next is the portal. You can decide if the customer needs to be logged in or not, and select what features and properties of the items you would like to display to your customers. In webforms, you can decide what types of items that you want your customers to be able to submit to you. You can create a unique web form for every single type of item that you have enabled. You can specify if certain fields are required, or create custom fields yourself if needed. Finally, in the knowledge base section, you can configure your articles on the customer applications and the way that the knowledge base looks. Now, when you're ready to go pro, you can select your plan in the subscription application. The plans change based on the number of users that will be logged in. You'll have to find out how many of your employees will be using OneDesk. For anything over 100 users, you can always message or email us a quote. Now, unlike our competitors, every single plan we offer gives you all the OneDesk features, as well as unlimited customers and projects. We will not charge you for any features, and there are no hidden costs. That concludes the OneDesk demo for today. Thank you for your time, and if you have any further questions, please reach out to our support team.